Okay, this will be an interesting one, funny one. Hopefully this will make people laugh at the silliness of it all. So let's see if we can make this one come up a treat. It's going to be fairly small, so it's going to need a fairly aggressive enlargement, as in huge. So we're just going to make it 300. We're not going 350, so it's not that aggressive, I suppose. This one's going to be a funny one. I think it'll be funny, hopefully. Hopefully it'll take a background colour, and we're going to use the happy colour called yellow. And we're just going to go in here, going to make this one contrasty. The copy density, I think we're not going to go all the way with that. Okay, we're just going to bang all these colours in. This one's going to be a funny one. I think some people find it funny. It's an old commercial product that everyone pretty well knows, or at least in my generation. It's basically this. It's moments like these you need Minties. So this poor guy is sitting in a what appears to be an inflatable pool, and his legs are over the edge and the water's out of it. So he's had problems with his inflatable pool, and it's moments like these. So basically, you have a bad moment, it's called a Minties moment. So it's moments like these you need Minties. It was a very catchy advertising campaign. I remember it, I think, from the early 80s when it was on television. So I don't watch television anymore, but basically it was on. I used to watch it back then, and they used to show these Minties commercials, and they were quite funny. They were catchy. It's a catchy little thing. It's clever marketing. I mean, sure, marketing I get the shits with, but I find this kind of marketing quite amusing. But I guess that's why it's so sticky, why it seems so clever, is that it's funny. It makes people laugh just a tad. It brings a little bit of happiness to some people, so to speak. That looks really nice. So it's not just a lolly. It's basically what's the word? It's like an institution. It's been around for so long. Now we're just going to reset. Actually, we're not going to reset it, because look at this. Is basically, we haven't lost the settings, so we're going to have to change things around a bit. So we're going to get rid of that. So it looks like we got this one first go. But basically, yeah, it's moments like these you need. And of course the answer is Minties. Very funny. It's amusing. It's a cute little commercial as far as commercials go. Let's see how this goes. I normally find advertising is on the nose. It normally has the effect of pissing me off. I don't have much of a sense of humour with advertising or any kind of... I used to admire the ads. I used to love watching ads on TV because they were so creative, but when I realised that they're there to make money, I just imagine it's like stupidity to make money, to get so obsessed with money. You're running as hard as you can to make money by making these crazy TV and sometimes radio commercials. It's just silly. It just becomes like insanity, and I don't like it. That's probably one of the reasons I don't watch TV anymore, is because the ads just drive me mad. They drive me up the wall. I'm very sensitive to issues to do with capitalism, or you could call it rogue capitalism, but all capitalism is bad. It has nasty roots in the love of money. It doesn't look too bad when it's like, say, it doesn't look as bad in the 70s as it does now, but it's still there, and it still increases its crescendo to making things unaffordable, or things that don't work properly, things that don't last. It creeps up on you. You know, things used to work and last for a long time back in the 50s compared with now. And as time goes on, things just became more breakable, more expensive. Oh, some things are not too expensive. Actually, I got myself wrong there, because the good thing is I wouldn't be videoing this photocopier now if we were living in the 90s. So some things have got cheaper, like cameras, phones with cameras. And basically, if we go back to the 90s, we would have been stuck with having to make VHS videos onto magnetic tape. Magnetic tape, incidentally, doesn't last, isn't durable. It's not archival. It quickly breaks down quickly. It doesn't work properly after a certain amount of time. And whereas the media, we have like SD cards and micro SD cards, they're really durable. And also DVDs, we burn them to DVDs now instead of making duplicates using VHS. And VHS was very expensive. It was like $10,000 if I taking a guess, to buy a VCR camera, and the quality of the image was nowhere near as good as what we have on a typical phone camera, like on a Galaxy S8 Plus, which I've got. Yes, it's still expensive, but it's not like 10 grand, and you can get these phones on contract. There's still a catch with the contract, and you've got to know what you're getting yourself into, because again, capitalism is sneaking up on you. But you've got to decide what you need and what you're going to use it for before you make a decision to, say, get a new phone. You've got to just get it. Like I needed a camera that can be used in bad lighting conditions, like under a warm white globe. But anyway, so these are some of the things I've taken consideration in when buying equipment or leasing it. I've had to get this photocopier. This photocopier is $5,000 something. Back in the 90s, a laser photocopier was more like $50,000 or maybe $100,000. I don't remember. So things have gotten cheaper, but there's still things, but things have become more breakable and not so long-lasting. So it's a tough world out there, but hopefully we can laugh at some of the commercials. Gotta go.